In this video, I'm going to try and level up one of your designs. I'm going to level up this one right here and hopefully use some design principles and things that I've learned throughout the years to make it a design that stands out and hopefully get more sales. Let's go. Thanks for joining me on this video. My name is Juna with Detour Shirts. In this video, I wanted to show you how I would level up a t-shirt design. I'm going to take this t-shirt design right here from Redbubble and use some design principles and things I've learned throughout the years to try and level it up, to try and make it better, make it stand out, make it something for the audience. All those principles. The reason why I want to make these videos is so that you can learn some of the things that I know and you can see it in practice and use it on your own designs, trying to level up your own designs with some of these principles and ideas that I use. So let's get into Affinity Designer. I'm going to show you exactly how I would do it, and my hope is that you can learn from it and use some of these same things yourself. So here I am in Affinity Designer. Now you don't have to use Affinity Designer, that's just what I use. You can use Illustrator, you can use Canva, you can use whatever you want. Just look at the things that I'm doing and try and replicate that in the application that you're using. But first what we need to do is kind of do a diagnosis on this t-shirt right here. So let's look at it. I kind of like it. It's a nice design. Some of the pros is it's big and bold, right? It catches your eye. And they're trying to be different in this one because there's a lot of them that don't have these words really big, so it kind of stands out. The cons I think that I want to work on, that I trying to change about this, is we're not thinking about the audience here. So just a boy who loves school buses. Who is this for? This is probably for someone, a boy who's younger, maybe kindergarten to first, second grade, that age range, 4 to 10, probably like that. And so this doesn't look like something a boy would wear, right? And next thing is, what's the focus? You said right here, just a boy is pretty small. The school bus is really small. The words that are big is who loves school buses? And is that something that we want to stand out? I think the school bus is actually the thing that you want to stand out on a boy's t-shirt. They love school buses, so that school buses should be the bigger thing, not the words here. And that's just what I think. So that's what I'm going to try and do today. I'm going to change the focus and try and make sure that this t-shirt that I'm designing is for a 5 to 10-year-old boy that loves school buses, right? Because that's what it says right here. So the first thing I'm going to do is look for a school bus design. I don't have this one right here, or else I would use it. I'll show you where I'm going to get it. I'm going to go to a place called Creative Market and download a pack. Let me show you where I get that. So here I am on Creative Market, just creativemarket.com, and I did a search for school bus right here. And you're going to want to get into the headspace of that boy, that 5 to 10-year-old boy that I'm talking about, and see what kind of things do you think he would like. What kind of school buses would he want on his t-shirt? I mean, this would do well. I'm going to scroll down here. There's some nice ones here. There's lots of options, right? You can't do full photos, but there's some nice ones here. I'm going to pick this one right here. I think this one is like, feels like kid-friendly, something that they would like. This one also is kind of nice right here. You can see the colors and stuff. Whatever one you pick, just make sure that it's something that a boy would want to wear. So you can see here, I like this style right here. And the nice thing about these packs is I could probably use some of these other things for other designs, so I'm getting a good deal. I'm going to buy it here, $10, and download it. This is going to come in as different things. I'm sure there's a Illustrator design file. I'm going to use that, and it's going to be a vector, so I'm going to be able to move and change colors and things like that. So I am back in Affinity Designer. I have my school bus here from Creative Market. So the focus is on the school bus. Like I said, it's going to be the biggest thing for my graphic, and I want it pretty big. And you can see it's a tall rectangle already, so that's a nice shape. I'm just going to have to find a way to put the words around it to continue to make it a tall rectangle. The first thing I'm going to do is to find a good font. So there's a couple of ways that I could do this. I could do playful for boy. We know this is for a boy, right? So you can do some playful fonts like this one where it's kind of hand drawn but big and thick, maybe different colors as well. Another thing is I could play on the academic side because it's a school bus. So right here, this is kind of a academic athletic kind of font right here. So I'm going to use this one. Either way is great, but just remember your audience again. So use a font that works with your audience, and this is for everything. In this case, our audience is a boy who's in school, right? So, or loves school buses. So I'm going to use this one right here. This one is Superstar, and I've used it before, so you can check my other videos, but this is a nice slab serif font. So the next thing we're going to do is put it together. So right here, just a boy who loves school buses, right? The school bus is still big. I'm still got this tall rectangle. Let me zoom out just a little bit so you can see. Tall rectangle, everything's even. Now I could stop right here and that would be fine, but I want to fill in this space, and I don't want to use too many graphics, but I can use some color. This is where vintage sunset things come in, and lines and colors and things like that. So let me show you one idea that you could do. I'm just taking some vintage sunset colors and laying it down right here, right? These are 5 right here. You can use any color you want, but you can see now that it's filling that tall rectangle space. That's kind of what we're looking for, trying to fill that space, use the right fonts. The bus, again, is still the biggest thing, and it's highlighted with these different colors, so it makes it stand out. And it can be vintage sunset colors. It can be, you know, youth boy colors, maybe the primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, and some green in there. Anything you want. I think that would really help to make it kind of stand out. The next thing you might want to do is do it on a black t-shirt, because black t-shirts typically sell better. I'm going to get into that a little bit later, but let's show you what it would look like on a black. So I'm just reversing all the colors, though, black to white, so that it shows up on black. You can see that's one way you could go. Another way you could go is reverse these lines. So instead of horizontal, make them vertical, and this is the start of it. So let me show you an idea right here. So if you took this and just laid your rectangle up like this, you could lift it like that, and you can see like this could look like one piece. So I just came in here, ungrouped these, and just colored these by itself, holding down shift, coloring these two things. I can make it look like one color, right? And I can do the same thing for the other one. So if I did this and came up here and maybe made a different color or whatever, right? And I'll just use those lines all the way down. So that works really well for that. Real easy way to do it. And again, I'm sticking to that tall rectangle and adding some color in the background. So let me show you how that would look like if I finished it right there. I tilted the bus a little bit, and I added some grunge filter, that distress filter, just to give it more of a different look, right? So there you go. That's my design that I'm gonna do. Just a boy who loves school buses. Really easy, right? But it stands out. The thing that you want to do is actually look at the competition and see if yours stands out. If everybody's doing it this way, then do something else. I looked at the competition earlier, and most people aren't doing this. They're doing the vintage sunset, or they're not doing any colors at all. So this is really different, and the font and everything. So that's one design principle that you want to do, is look at the competition, make sure that it's for the right audience, first of all, that this is something that a boy would want to wear, right? And then make sure that when you're up against the other people in that page, let's say you appear on page 1, you want to make sure that yours stands out. So the next thing I'm going to do is load this up on Redbubble, and I'm going to show you several different things on Redbubble that I would do personally to make it stand out just a little bit more. So here I am on Redbubble. I uploaded my design here. Of course, you can do your title and tags. We're not going to get into that. This is more about just the graphics. So we're going to go in here, and one thing you're going to want to do, because this is a boy shirt, make sure to enable kids clothes. A lot of people forget to do that. It's not checked by default, so you're going to have to check in here and click on kids clothes to make sure that, you know, this is for a boy, so they want to buy a boy's t-shirt. and just apply changes there. And the next thing you want to do is come down here. You could put it on any product that you want to make sense. Make sure that you come in here, and I'm gonna say classic t-shirt, and the reason why for the black one for classic t-shirt is if you do the kids t-shirt, which is down here, kids clothes, they actually only do it on white. So you're gonna have to change your design, and that's something that you may wanna do anyway. So let me show you what it would look like reverse like we had before with black text instead of white text. So here we are on Redbubble again with the black text instead. And so this is black on white, or I have a white t-shirt. So you can see I go in here and I still enabled the kids shirt, kids clothes. But one nice thing about having black text is that you can make it a sticker as well. So let me save this, go down here, and you can see my sticker and magnets. Now it works with the white outline, and this is something that you could enable. So let's go down here, and you can see my default product now for this one is a sticker, because that's going to stand out with all the black t-shirts out there. When you do a search for it, it's going to stand out because it's a sticker now and it's white. If you did the kids clothes, it actually defaults to like a kid's onesie. So that's too young for the kid that loves school buses. I wish they had a picture of a younger kid, the age range that we want, a boy specifically in this case, but they don't. So I'm going to use a sticker. So one more thing that you want to do is make sure that your design, if it was put in here, if it would stand out. So this is just a boy who loves school buses on Redbubble. You can see a lot of black t-shirts, a lot of color and stuff like that. So what I would do to stand out here is to flip it like I did with the white background, the black text, and my sticker. It's going to stand out way above all of these, and I'll show you exactly. I'll put it together and I'll show you how it stands out. So we're back in Affinity Designer one last time just to show you the before and after. So this was the first thing that we started with. This is what it looks like now. You can see the focus again is on the school bus and loves school bus, right? And the colors, so that stands out. That's the main focus instead of these big words right here. I think it's just a little bit better. Let me show you, this is what we did for black on white. Let me show you again the difference. So these two, but if we did a kid's shirt, you can see that stands out better on a white, but this isn't what Redbubble shows. It actually shows the onesie. So I decided to do a sticker instead right here. So let's see how that would look on the search page. So here it is, my black t-shirt on the search page. You can see it kind of stands out just a little bit. Nobody has these colorful lines in the background, right? And the school bus is a different way, and my font's different. So I think it stands out, but let's take a look at this now, a sticker. Now, maybe they don't want a sticker, and you got to weigh that as well. So if you're trying to sell t-shirts and people are looking for t-shirts, they may click on here thinking that there could be t-shirts in this style, and that could be a way to sell it, but maybe they just want a sticker too. So it does stand out here, the white color, everything else is black. So think about that when you're designing your stuff. Hopefully these principles that I'm showing you will help you in your other designs. Of course, you're still going to have to do the research on what things people are actually looking for. This is just assuming that people are looking for this one. And make sure your stuff stands out for the audience. Again, I designed this for a boy that loves school buses, right? So I kind of did it in that way with the colors and stuff. Now I could have used brighter colors as well to make it even stand out more for a boy, and I think that probably would help a little bit more too. So think about all those things that I talked about in this video to make your designs, and hopefully you'll get more sales on Redbubble and other print-on-demand sites. So that is it for this video, this level up video. I'm going to try and do it at least a few times a month so that you can see different ways that I level up and get some ideas as you create your designs for print on demand. If this video was really helpful for you, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It really helps in the algorithm. And if you're not subscribed to this channel already, make sure to hit that subscribe button right there. before I leave, I have a question of the day, and the question of the day is this. Do you have a design that you want to level up? Let me know that in the comments. I would love to help you level up your design and show you some of the principles I would use to do that. Thanks again for watching, and if you want to see more level up tutorials and design videos, take a look at these right here. And as always guys, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.